おい、忍者。危ねえじゃん、何じゃ。
Have you been listening to the bullshit that guys like James Yeager have been telling people that pretty much, 9mm equals to a 45? That's just not completely true. While, sometimes it's negligible in ballistic gelatin tests, gel tests do not truly represent a human body. Now, the modern ballistic arguments will claim that 22 is the same as 7.62, and that's just a bunch of bullshit in my book. I have always liked 9mm. 9mm is a great versatile bullet, but there are other applications. For instance, like if you lived in a magazine capacity state to where, they restrict how many rounds you can carry in a magazine, or you can't carry hollow points, where a 45 actually in ball would have a good purpose. Then you have popular internet tactical experts that claim that the 1911 sucks. The 1911 has been in combat zones for well over 100 years now, and I would say it's one of the most battle-proven pistols that there are out there. Even though, it doesn't have as many rounds as a Glock, the Glock has mostly gotten its reputation through police, and police do not crawl around in mud. The same popular internet tactical expert also made a viral video titled 40s Suck. The same guy claims that 40s are high pressure when, from what I've read, they have the same pressure as 40 and 9mm go hand in hand. And the guy also uses plus P 9mm ammunition for his Glock 19, whereas 40 really doesn't have plus P ammunition unless it is a extremely high pressure 40 Smith & Wesson round that is also a marketing gimmick. I know 9mm is cool and all, but what people aren't saying right now is that 40 pistols are running pretty cheap, and you can get a 9mm conversion barrel in Glocks and M&Ps, which is a lot of what people are shooting, and you could shoot both calibers. As far as 40 and 9mm, in a price comparison, I believe 40 is running about 3 cents more per round. So that's a pretty good option. And if you reload, you can get some outstanding velocities out of 40 Smith & Wesson in a decent weight. Is any of these calibers better than one another? It depends what you're looking for. If I was in Houston right now riding around, or if I worked around the rough part of town, I'd probably opt for a Glock 19 for concealed carry. Now, if I lived in California with a 10-round capacity magazine deal that they have going on, I would opt for a Glock with a 10-round magazine of 45. And if I was, in bear country, I'd probably try to get a 45 or a 10mm, which you can get conversion barrels, I believe, for the Glock 21 to shoot the 10mm, and carry that. Now, me, I like 40 and 9mm. I like 40 for all round, but it all depends, I also like 9mm. But it depends where you are, where you're going, what you're doing, who you might likely come up against. So another thing to take in consideration is these crazy ammo crunches. Police trade-in 40 Smith & Wesson pistols are running pretty cheap nowadays, and they usually come with night sights, which saves you $100, and you can get a conversion barrel and you have 2 pistols for the price of 1. Now, if I was a cop and figured I would be shooting through windshields, I would actually probably carry a 40. So it all depends, but just remember, 45 will never shrink down to a 9mm. One caliber that I do think is silly nowadays is the 380 ACP, But I think I made my point with this video. The only reason I think the 380 ACP is kind of funny nowadays is because of the newer 9mm pocket rockets that they have now. But if you already have 380 ACP pistols, it's all good. But I wouldn't get one with the new 9mm that are coming out. Main point of this video is 45 will never shrink down to a 9, and my goal is to ultimately have the big 3 pistol calibers. Can't hurt. If I could have one and only one pistol, I would probably opt for the Glock 23 to shoot 9mm out of it with a conversion barrel. This has been another asshole Sly Tiger video, and thanks for listening. Take care.